What's up, guys? I had a dunk session today and I figured I would do a voiceover talking about it and giving you guys a little bit of the insider scoop on my goals, what I was doing, why I do dunk sessions, and how I kind of approach them in general. So for this session specifically, I was working on a couple things. One of them is making sure I don't pull my hamstring. And so a lot of the jumps that you guys are going to see through this video are not at 100%. And I know that obviously if we want to jump higher, we need to kind of rev up our nervous system, right? We need to get closer to redlining. However, the more that I do that, the higher risk I am of getting injured because I have a reoccurring history of hamstring pulls. So I can't exactly go 100,000% every single effort. And this is kind of just part of getting older, a little bit of it, honestly. Like some of you guys watching this video are probably like, I don't know, 17 or 18, and you probably don't really have that issue. However, as I get older, I run into little just like nagging injuries, especially with muscles more so. Like when I was younger, it was mostly connective tissue, like my tendons, mostly just my tendons, occasionally sprained ankles and stuff like that. But now as I get older, like I know my body so well, I know what I can and can't do, anatomically, like certain things with my hips, which I've talked about numerous times. And I don't really run into those issues anymore. And I know how to gauge my volume with jumping and stuff like that, and like how to build up my tolerance to it. So I generally don't struggle with, tendon related injuries. But with muscles, because I'm getting better as I get older and I'm getting more powerful, my muscles are actually kind of struggling to keep up with how stiff and elastic my tendons are becoming. And so it's kind of like a delicate balance, right? Like I can't jump too often, I can't jump too intense too early because I will get hurt. So as you guys have watched this, obviously I'm still working on cuffing, and I have been doing quite a bit of it because I think that it will allow me to add speed, and it'll add, which obviously is a huge part of jumping high. Like the two things for 1 foot and even 2 foot is how fast are you running and how low are you? And then obviously like being in the right position and timing and things like that. So for me, I think cuffing allows me to, check a lot of those boxes. And so that's why I'm working on it. I think it'll make, things like windmills, and I don't know about an East Bay. I've tried doing cuff East Bays, but I'm getting like this weird nerve pain in my left arm. Like my left hand is going numb. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this all the time. But I do think that cuffing will add a level of comfort for me when running really fast and getting a big double arm block, right? And it's not like, it takes the lob out of the equation. And so there's less variance when I'm, approaching the rim to do a high one-hander or windmill or something like that. Even though I do my windmills, off a lob, off a dribble, I don't get a full arm swing. It's like a cross-body action. So that's why I'm working on cuffing. And the biggest issue I'm having is obviously losing the ball, which is kind of common. I think the other reason why I was really struggling today adding more speed is my hand was getting fatigued. And then on top of that, the faster you run, the faster the ball's moving. So not only am I moving faster, and that's accelerating like how fast the ball's moving, I'm then swinging my arms faster too, because like my ground contact time is shorter. And so I was just like struggling to get a good jump and kind of deflating because I can do it off like one step. I can do like a cuff one-hander, but then as soon as I go to, add speed or whatever, I lose the ball and I can't really get that full effort, that I do whenever I throw a lob or something like that. And so I'm just going to keep working on it. I mean, the best way to get better at something is to practice it. In between, I was doing height checks and stuff. And the reason why is because I just wanted to check how my hamstring was feeling and make sure it was warm. Like when I'm going up for these one-handers, there's not a lot of thought behind it. Like I'm just kind of running fast and jumping high. These were a little bit rough. The ground wasn't super flat, but I started to get a little bit more comfortable with it and kind of figure out where the ball was like bouncing, which direction. And so I would try to throw it a little bit too close to the rim early on. And then what I figured out, and you can tell like as I'm jumping higher and higher here and kind of crushing these, is I was throwing the ball off the rim a little bit. And by throwing the ball off the rim, it changes like the mapping for me, and my approach becomes a lot smoother, a lot faster, and then I can just start to kind of crush stuff. It's almost like I tell myself to jump first and then do whatever the dunk is. After that, there were two guys that were there, and I figured I would ask them to kind of hold the ball for me because East bays off the lob are not my specialty. And I tried it from different angles. I was trying to add speed to it. That was the whole goal of what I was doing because I know I need to jump higher. But honestly, it kind of caused more issues for me on the day because then I was running up on the ball, which is the issue I had at dunk camp when I get on higher rims. And so the ball was kind of in the wrong spot. My approach wasn't ideal. And yeah, it wasn't my best attempts. Anyways, I finished off with a high one-hander. And yeah, that's the video. So like, comment, subscribe, and catch you guys next time. Peace out.